Well, your project's all done, and you're getting ready to ink, but your pens don't work. What do you do? Well, as you can see here, I'm working on this project, and last night I painted these Pampa, uh, you know, letters, fonts on the airplane, and they didn't really look good. So I thought I would outline them with my ink, and I'm not ready to ink the airplane yet, but I know that I'm going to ink the airplane, and I have sets of Rapidograph pens as shown in the beginning of this. And this particular set runs about $100, give or take. Some are 140, some are 89, so we'll just say $100. And that's a pretty good investment. And normally, what happens with these pens, at least for me, is I forget and I put them away unclean. So when you come to the end of the project and you're getting ready to ink, you have to spend a couple of days cleaning these things up. So I decided that I would ink that up, but I would clean the pens up first. So I have a Kendall ultrasonic cleaner here. It comes with heat, and I put in hot water to the minimum, and I get some, I think this was Dove, I'm not sure, but some dishwashing soap, just a few drops, and pour it in the water and run it through the cycles as many times as it takes to free up the dried India ink. Now the India ink that I use, I've stated in several other videos, but we'll show you. I have red here and white and black, and this is waterproof for paper and film. That's probably the most important thing you can remember, is it has to be for film. Otherwise, when you hit the clear, it just mushes out. So in order to get the pens 100% factory clean, you have to take them apart. And I'm not sure that this is going to show, and I only take them apart one at a time because you can't mix up the piston and rod. So I have two in there, but you'll notice that this one is still together. And I won't run it because it makes this hissing noise. So here we have our biggest pen that I'm going to use to outline the XL. And this rod was, or this piston was basically caked into the cylinder, and it would not move. When you shake the pen, it should rattle. And the most difficult thing when you do this method, this one here is the biggest one, so the wire is pretty stout, is to get it back into the hole. So you don't want to force this. This pen is sticking up. You want to just gently figure out where the hole is, get it back into the tube, and it might take a while to do, several tries, but do not force it. Now it went in, so it dropped in there. And there's a kind of a keeper you snap on top of that. I'm not sure you can hear that, but it's clicking now. So we put it back into the receptacle, and there's no need to tighten these down more than finger tight. You don't have to tighten them down till they can't move. There's a band on top of the tip. This is a 1.20, and it's orange, so I match the orange ring to the pen there and put it together and put the orange cap back on. I'll shake it. I can hear it moving in there. This pen's ready to go. So when I get ready to use that, we can use it. Now I've been through these other 6 pens, so this set is almost put back to factory spec. These pens will work exactly as if they were new. So we'll take it apart and take the last one apart, and I'll show you the disassembly. Now see, this cap here is more or less stuck on there, and it's been going through the cycle probably 10 times and it still hasn't eased up. So I'm going to get some pliers, which is not a good idea, but you got to get it apart. So you don't want to force them, put a lot of pressure on it. You just want to grab it with the pliers, and then we're going to gently open this up. Nope. It is glued on there. I think I'm going to end up ruining that band. We might have to cut that band off. I don't know where you can buy parts for these. There it is. It was on there good. So this pen has been probably over a year since I used it. I'll take the ring off. It didn't hurt it. Put a little teeth mark in it, but that's the way it goes. And the cup, and there's a tool to take the head out with. So you take the tool, and you turn the head out. Now, I have extra parts from other pens that were just destroyed. So if there's any scuff marks on this, which there is, I'll look and see what other pieces I have to put it back to factory spec. So you take that out, dump that back in the, ooh, that water's hot. Dump that back in there. Let me get another paper towel. I see a lot of videos on YouTube that get thousands of hits that really don't offer the correct solution. So I'm hoping that the videos that I put out for you offer those correct solutions. So now we have to get the piston out of it. You take the retaining cap off, and the piston comes out. And you'll notice that wire is super fine. You probably can't see it on the video, but very gently put it in your strainer, and we're going to turn that on, and I'll run that, and it'll probably take a half an hour. I've let those pens cycle about 20 minutes, I guess. And what I'm doing now is basically the final cleanup. So I've been preheating the water. It's up to 180 degrees. I'm not sure you can see that on the film. But we're going to go ahead and turn on the time, and we'll press the on button. You can probably hear it. And I take the dishwashing liquid, and it doesn't take much. You don't have to put much in it. Just, maybe a soda cap full. And I'm going to place the pieces that are about 90% clean back into the solution. And as I told you, I had some extra pieces, and I'm going to take the piece that has no marks on it from the pliers and put it in there. And this is the piece that you have to be the most careful of, the piston. And set that in without bending the wire. And then, of course, the cylinder or receptacle. And, boy, I just jetted around there. Okay, there you have, this is the, I've cleaned out the solution and run it again. And all the parts we're going to take out, dry off, get off anything that might be left on it. If I had some compressed air, I'd blow through it, but I do have compressed air, but I don't want to run my compressor. So we'll just dry them off and put this back together. And like I said, the most important part, the delicate part, is the piston. And so we're going to take the piston out now, and you got to be really careful not to bend that wire. If you bend this little wire that's about the thickness of a hair sticking out here, you throw the pen away. And there goes $25. Okay, so we have the pens out, or all the parts out, and I'm going to take a paper towel and roll it up and stick it down in here. And I'll take a ball driver and we'll wipe this out inside. Is this necessary? I don't know. But it can't hurt. Well, we're missing a part. Sometimes it's hard to see that part in the solution here. Let's pick it up and see if it stays in the basket. Ah, there it is. You gotta have the retainer. This piece here. And it's already clean, and it's really delicate, so I'm not gonna wipe that out. But we take the cylinder once again, and I'm going to try to install that very fine hair down into the tube that's actually the quill of the pen itself. And this is the delicate move here, so we're going to set it in there gently. You'll notice that it didn't go down into the cylinder, so we're going to move it up and down till we find the hole. Do not force it. Sometimes you can't get them back in. And in that case, the pen is ruined. Sometimes, when you're taking these apart, the wire will be stuck in the shank or in the quill of the pen, and it breaks off. So you just take the pen and throw it away. There it is. Okay, it dropped in there. And you put the cap back on it. Once again, I'll try to shake it for the camera to see if you can hear it. You can hear it moving up and down inside the body of the cylinder. And this is the piece that I had that didn't have any marks on it, because I've had to throw some pens away before where I just wasn't diligent in cleaning them up and I ruined them. So every time you ruin one of these pens, it's 25 bucks down the drain. So we'll screw this back on. You have a little tool here, a little wheel that's indexed for the and it's just snug. You don't have to run it down. So I'll put the reservoir on the end, the gray retaining ring. Put it into the handle. I'll put the let's wipe off a little water there. Even the water, if you don't has a possibility to dry up and stick the pen, and then you got a problem. So I'll put the cap on it. I'm going to take a little alcohol and wipe the outside of the pen off. Now all of this stuff that I do, you know, a lot of this stuff that I do seems to be kind of elementary. But there are people out there that have never cleaned a Rapidograph pen or ran a machine or whatever. So these tutorials that I do help those people. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial on cleaning the Rapidograph pens. They're just too expensive to not take really good care of. And they'll offer you know, many years of service. That set there is probably 5 years old. If you clean them, and you clean them right, they'll last a lifetime, I would imagine. As I stated, if there's another way to do it, put a link in the description box. I'd love to see it. That's just how I do it. And you know, if you enjoyed my tutorials on Rapidographs or cleaning the airbrush or laying out stencils or whatever, make sure you like, subscribe, share. We hope you remember it's Stunhanger. That's www.stunhanger.com, and give us a like. So till I see you again, fair winds, tight line. See ya.